Hello guys, it's Joe Mouthner. Today I'm doing a Chef Blaze video. Chef Blaze is back. I'm here to give a ton of wisdom on cooking and whatnot. I've been gone for like 3.5 years at this point. I'll explain why later. But I am here for a refrigerator basics episode. So you can't just come back out of nowhere with cooking. It's been a long time. So I figure I've only ever done one basics episode with microwaves. So I figure this is a good time for another one for my return. Finally, I'm back. Okay, so I will have to kind of move off the tripod a decent bit this episode, unfortunately. So the camera work might be awful. I don't really use cameras much, like ever. So I'm usually focused on my cooking. Camera work, I really have like no experience with it outside of these Chef Blaze episodes. So anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at this refrigerator. Let's go off the tripod here. So as you can see, this is a refrigerator. You can see above it as well if you are vertically gifted like I am. If not, L. So first up, you might notice there are no fridge magnets. That is the first thing. Do not use fridge magnets. They don't look good. The refrigerators are meant for cooking. They're very special. It's not your personal art project. Listen, like the only people who are going to see this anyway are your friends and family, right? So just go post it on DeviantArt and the same people are going to see it anyway, and that'll be it. So with that said, here's our refrigerator. Here's what it looks like. Now you might be saying, my refrigerator does not look like this. What do I do? Get rid of it, buy this one. That way you can follow along. So, now, and some people might also say, well, mine's better. It's a smart fridge. No, it's a spy device. People just want to look at what food you have. And there are sensors in there that will make it worse over time. It specifically will make your food worse to get you used to mediocrity, because that's how they get you. Anyway, so with that said, let's just go and look at this thing. You have some ventilation underneath there. It's hard to see, but it's underneath there. Gotta have that. And you might notice there's this little panel here. What does this do? You have the options button there. Their thing, hard to see. Up and down. This just basically cycles through different options. What are the options? They're options. There's also a lock here. This completely locks down your refrigerator to make sure no one can access it no matter what. You also have set with plus and minus. This is this adjusts your volleyball sets, so raise or lower how high you toss them before you hit the ball. Then you have this light here. This light, unlike refrigerator, not not okay. Hold on, I got my words mixed up. See, it's been a while. I'm rusty, but anyway. This is not like the microwaves, where it's an IQ button. This is just a light. We also have the freezer temp and the refrigerator temp. We have 0 degrees and 33 degrees. So 0 degrees, it just sounds cool, honestly. That's why it's there. Refrigerators being 33 degrees. See, if it's 32, that's freezing. You don't want that. So you gotta just kind of do one above. It's like those game shows where you put your price like $1 above someone else's just to be an asshole. It sends a message to the freezer, really, that you're 1 degree above freezing. You also have these options here: water, cube, and crush. So you have this little dispenser under here. You can probably see that. That dispenses water, cubes, or crush. Crush, as in the drink, you could have like orange crush or whatever. Water's water, cubes. Just stay away from that one. I'm just gonna say that right now. So what else do we got here? Obviously, there's not a whole lot else to the refrigerator outside, but this is actually a special refrigerator because it's actually a refrigerator and a freezer. This left door right here, this is a freezer. Let's go ahead and open it up. You can actually see the inner workings of a freezer. Very, very special gameplay here. So you can really see everything in here. You just see a bunch of stuff. You got the doors here. You got some stuff you could put on those. You got some stuff under here to hold stuff in, and yeah. But you might notice, outside of like these top shelves, there's some other stuff up here. This thing. So this is just a cool aesthetic. But this right here, this is where the ice comes from. So you know how like there's water, and so yeah, like this is ice. It keeps the freezer cold, but also works as water. So there's actually an interesting cooldown mechanic to where if you get too much water out of here, you run out of ice in here, your freezer stops working, it's a mess. So you have to be careful how much you're using, and of course it's gonna make noise now. Okay, yeah. Also got a light in here, by the way. These lights are always on. It doesn't matter when you close the fridge. That's a myth. They always stay on. Again, that is a myth. You can see it is still on inside of there no matter what. So yeah, see, it just kind of becomes harder to see. That's all. There's no, it doesn't actually go off or anything. It might look like it, but it doesn't. That's the freezer. Just a little bit of a bonus. I wanted to go over it because it is a part of this the set here. So there you go. We also have the refrigerator. This is the main part that you want to pay attention to. So we have a bunch of random stuff in here. I don't even know what half this is, but there's different, outside of the foods, this isn't, my own personal refrigerator. I have 18 of those elsewhere. I'm not going to show them. But we have a bunch of stuff here. We have some drawers. You got 3 of them. You have this underneath section. You got this bigger section. You got this small section on the top here. You also, of course, have this. This is, of course, the just kind of the door. You got a few different shelves going on here. 4 of them. For some reason, these bottom 2 are different. I don't know what the hell happened. Like, these top 2 have, like, a white plastic piece. These bottom 2 don't. I don't know why. This is for your eggs. You specifically have to use eggs here. You are not allowed to use anything else. It has been banned in 87 countries. You cannot use this for anything but eggs. So yeah, that's what it's there for. Only put eggs here. So yeah. Now, we also have some of the stuff in here. So yeah, you have a bunch of different stuff happening. You have lights. Again, these lights will not, well, they just never go off, right? They never go off, like I explained with the freezer. You're good to go with them. Outside of that, you of course have, these are just kind of like spots to put stuff, obviously. Nothing crazy. Again, I wanted to start off with something that's not overly complex. Again, I'm rusty, it's been a little while. Still the best chef in the world, don't worry. But, you gotta go with something a little bit simpler to start here. We also have this thing up here. This weird thing right here. That is a nuclear warhead right there. You see that, like, white thing? You see this, like, right here? That's a nuclear warhead. That is what powers the fridge. And, it is something else. So in those movies where, people get in, like, the refrigerators or whatever, you're not helping. You are just getting closer to that blast radius. Anyway. Then there's this thing. This is a Pure Air Ultra filtration system, apparently. Actually, just kidding. I knew that the whole time. So this purifies the air. So when some asshole puts onions in the refrigerator, this helps to purify it so the onions don't just get onto everything. Because here's the problem. When you have onions in the refrigerator, it ruins everything else. You have to throw out everything in there. You have to throw out the entire refrigerator. So having this system in here is very, very beneficial to make sure this does not happen. Also worth noting that there are these drawers. We have the chill drawer, and these 2 bottom ones are called the fresh drawers. The fresh drawers basically just give you nice pairs of pants, and then the chill drawer, this just allows things to chill. So if you have some food that seems, pretty normal, it's doing its thing, it's chill. You put it in the chill drawer. That's all there is to it, and that is the refrigerator. That's everything you really needed to know. Covered it in less than 10 minutes. That is a world record. So with that said, that is a refrigerator. That is what it does. So with that said, okay. So where have I been, right? That's the big question. Obviously, this was just sort of a I'm back video. I just had to do something kind of basic just to get that message across. But why have I been gone? Why have I been gone for 3.5 years? And why is my dog licking the floor? I don't understand some stuff. But anyway, I've been gone for 3.5 years. My last video was my spooky Halloween episode in 2019. Things have changed since. So, basically what happened is I got my words mixed up in that episode. I mentioned how you should keep 2 mini plates on you at all times. But then I mentioned something about keeping 1 plate on you. and it just was kind of a little bit of a mess in terms of words, and basically they wanted to revoke my chef's license, unfortunately, and I thought that was a bit of a problem. So I went on the run, and I basically started a war with the International Board of Chefs, which I actually am in charge of. But then they were like, the people underneath me were trying to go against me, and I'm like, okay, we're not doing that. And then that was a whole battle. But then of course the world went to shit within a few months. And then basically everything's been in limbo for years now. And finally, last year, I was sentenced to a year without my chef's license, even though it had already been like over 2 years at that point. I don't fucking know. It just happened. And that's what happened. That's where I've been. And after getting sentenced for a year in March of 2022, came back for March 2023, had to, make sure I was still the best chef in the world, no worries I am. And after just making sure of that, I'm back. And yeah, so I will be around to make things from time to time, because of course that is what I do best. And that's all. That's all I gotta say. Just going back casually, very casually. Anyway, that's all for this video. So I'll come back with more words of wisdom eventually. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.